Maymay and welcome to Midweek Minute. And today I'm going to do something really super easy that you could do for your kids at school or kids at church or anything really quick. All you're going to need is a piece of 8.5 by 11 paper cut down the middle. Now when you do this, this gives you the equivalent of an A2 size card that's a portrait card, okay? But what we're going to do is do something a little bit different. So take that piece of paper, and just like you were making an A2 size card that's folded at the top, you're going to score it at 5.5, just like that. And then, this is where it gets really cute to me. I like this part. You're going to go ahead and fold it in half and score it good. Get a nice tight score line. Now then, you are going to place it on, I'm going to use my cutting mat. You can use a ruler, whatever you want to do. I'm going to use my cutting mat, and in this corner we're going to work a little bit. I'm going to take my pencil and make a tiny little mark 2 squares in, which is the equivalent of 1 inch on my mat, and then 1.5 inches down, which is the equivalent of 3 squares on my mat. Okay, so I'm going to do it on that side, and then I'm going to use my trimmer. You don't have to use your trimmer, but I wanted to show you how to do it with your trimmer. You can do this with scissors. Okay. So my trimmer has this little wire inside. It's that Fiskars one that has the wire. And I'm going to line that wire up between those 2 dots, one here and one here. I'm going to hold this card down nice and firm and then cut across. A couple of times till I know it cut through. Hopefully your trimmer is better than mine. Why don't I buy a new one? I don't know. Okay, then we're going to do the same thing. Now you can, to ensure that you get the very same cut on this side, you can take this is the piece you cut away, you can take this piece, place it on this side, line it up nice and straight, and you can put a mark, you can run all the way down, whatever you want to do. You can use your scissors and cut from mark to mark, or use your trimmer. So I will cut this part off. Now I just think this is a super easy idea for your school kids to take treats to the kids at school or whatever, and you won't be up all night making these with 50 layers of stuff. You know how that goes, right? Okay, so now you should end up with something that looks like this. Okay, at this point you have a cup. Well, I'm not going to do any options. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to trim away this section of paper. And I'm not going to worry about it because I can use this for something else. It's a good piece of scrap we're fixing to cut away. And I'll show you what we're going to do. Now just think, how many times do you make a tag or something like that and you need a piece of paper? This will be perfect for that, okay? So don't worry about the part you're cutting away. Now, what you want to do is line your points up in your line and then back them up about 1/4 inch. So if you have a 1/4 inch mark on your blade, that'd be perfect to put one of those points on your 1/4 inch mark. And then cut. I hope that wasn't too confusing, but let me open it and show you again. So I lined up where this point ended on my 1/4 inch cut, so it left me with a little flat section, and then, that makes sense, a little flat section and then that. So now you have a piece that looks like this, okay? Now I have already, and like I said, look at the size of this piece you cut away. Don't worry, you will use this for something else. Put it in your scrap pile, scrap drawer as I have. I cut this piece of paper at 4 by 5.25, and this would be what I would use to mat an A2 size card. So we're going to use this to mat in just a second, but first we are going to create a roof right here. We're going to do that using our Cuttlebug. And this is the honeycomb folder. I'm from the South, and in the South we have a lot of those kind of roofs that are kind of farmy, like barn kind of roofs. And so, how about some ribbon stuck down, no less? Okay. So we have those roofs that kind of have that barn look. And to me, this honeycomb kind of gives that feel as that barn or that thatched looking roof. And what you do is you put this in to your folder, and you want to line the bottom cut edge of that flap you trimmed off with the bottom of the pattern. Okay, I'm going to pull this out and show you what I'm talking about. See that bottom edge I have right there? I'm going to line it up at the edge of the pattern. Just making sure that I get it embossed all the way down. And I don't care that it's embossed in the back, it'll still be cute like that. Okay, so this will leave you with the top portion has been embossed and the back portion, okay? So it looks like a roof, the peak of a house, okay? Now then, this piece that we cut to matte, I'm going to go ahead and put this in, and I'm not worried about this right now. I'm going to line it up at the bottom here as my matte, okay? So let's put that on. What I'm going to do is glue the sides here. And then I'm going to put glue here so I know it goes in the right spot. Okay. We'll put this where we matted. Just like so. That gets taken. Okay, so once you have this matted down, we're going to flip this over and see where that hangs off the edge. We're just going to trim that away. When it's easy like this, it doesn't take forever. It's just assembly line, so you can make 15 or 20 of these in no time. So now what I'm going to do is take, just because I have it and I want to do it, you could do anything else. You could do anything you wanted to, but I'm going to take a piece of white paper and my little candy corn stamp from the Country Pumpkin set, and I'm going to ink it up and put it on here in several places. I'm just going to do 5. I think that'll be enough. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment for this one. My sentiment is going to be, it's all about the candy right there. So cute. I love it, love it, love it. Okay. And then I'm going to do some quick coloring here. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time doing anything fancy. We're going orange and yellow in a couple of spots. I'm going to use some big markets. And I'm going to put orange in the middle. So there's the orange, and now let's do the yellow portion. Okay, so there's those. I want to ask you guys a question while I'm doing this. Is it helpful for you if I put links to where everything comes from in the description or on my blog? If you're interested in me doing that, let me know. Sometimes I know I may show something and not tell you where I get it from. So if you want me to put links where you can go get them, let me know. I'll be glad to do that. I'm also going to color in this a little bit, just for a little fun. Now then, I'm going to cut out the candy corns. Okay, so our candy corn are cut. Now I'm going to cut the sentiment out. And I'm going to show you a little trick that I do. So I'm going to cut the sentiment out and show you how to get a little label without having a label. So here's what I do. I line my sentiment up at some point on my cutting mat, just so I know where the point is. And what I'm going to do is line my stamp edge up with the clear edge of my cutting blade, or the cutting ruler edge, and then cut that away. Now whenever I spin this around, I'll make sure I line all of the stamping up at the same point. So line that up. Don't worry about your paper, because you're not lining up your paper, you're lining up the image. So your paper might be crooked, and that's okay. Oh, I hate this trimmer. Okay. So I did that all the way around. Then I'm going to take my corner rounder and round the corners. And I don't care the shape it turns out to be. It can be not circular, or it can be not perfect, because I did it around the image, and that's fine. So now what I'll do is mount this to another piece of paper. And I'm going to use this orange tonight because it's some I had in my scrap pile. Stick it on here. Then I'm going to use that as my guideline to leave myself an orange border. Again, I want it to be kind of not perfect. I gotta be honest, I kind of like the little points, so I think I'm going to leave them like that. I think that's cute. Okay, if you didn't like the points, you just round them off at that point, or at this part in section of the game, right? Okay, so, ooh, I slung my candy corns. So, now you have a sentiment for the roof of your house, and you have a border piece, because I'm going to take these and put them all along the border, but not yet. First, I'm going to take a little plastic bag. This is a little treat bag that I picked up from Walmart, and it will fit right inside here like this and hang right there. And I'm going to fill it with some candy. I'm going to see if these Smarties fit. I would, ideally put candy corn in here, but I don't have any. So use what you got, right? Nope, these are too tall. Okay, we're going to go with Nerds. So I'm just going to put a couple bags of those in. Okay. Then I'm going to put them inside here and staple them down. Just being sure that I catch the edge of that treat bag in the staple. So there's one side, the other side. Then let's put this guy on. And if you're giving it away, you may not want to pop it up. I'm just going to pop it up because I think it'll be cute that way. You may want to save your pop dots, but whatever. Because remember, the kids are going to throw this away. Y'all know we don't do these for the kids, right? We do them for the parents. Is that right? It's like we don't dress for our husbands, we dress for other women. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, now then, I'm going to glue down the candy corn and make it a border right here. Just to hide my staples, I'm just going to put some adhesive down. And I'm not trying to make this perfect. It's, it's for youngsters, and I want it to be kind of silly. And I want these to be kind of all over the place. Kind of this way and that way. And it seems it's a little tough, with the sentiment on there, so you might want to do it afterwards, but I just wanted to be sure I covered up my staples. So there you go, a cute little treat. Now, if you were passing these out to the kids, you're going to do, 20 of them. I probably wouldn't cut out the candy corn. I might just use a piece of ribbon or use a paper border that you can make with a trimmer or something like that. But now you end up with this little guy. So cute. And it's kind of like a little house with the little roof, like a little trick-or-treating house. So there you go. That's your midweek minute, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.